Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. Today we're out here in the tunnel trying to make ourselves some ancient debris somehow or another. Unfortunately, the attempts to get this done have not been as successful as I originally thought. You see, when I was building this tunnel ball, I thought, you know what, we're not going to make great amounts of netherite, or sorry, ancient debris should I say, but we'll get a few. We'll get enough to hopefully get us going in like an hour or so. Well, let me tell you, I've been doing this for, well, definitely longer than an hour or so. Maybe more like 4 or 5. And, well, we've only made 21 ancient debris. Now, the reason why I ended up using the tunnel bore in the first place, well, quick story time, I guess. The reason why I started building this tunnel bore was because I was, well, about 2 days ago, I was, you know, down in the old mines, give myself a little dig, creating long shafts that I could place TNT in, and then I would like light it up, and then the whole row would blow up. And actually, there's probably a little bit more an efficient way of doing it, because as long as you've got the TNT, it's pretty straightforward. But what happened was, at some point I messed up, did something stupid, I died. And as you can see from all of my armor not being netherite anymore, I lost everything. That includes the one trident that I had. The one trident! So this is why I needed like 3 at least. Told you guys last time. But anyway, so after losing all my stuff, forgetting where I went, and being super disappointed in everything that happened, I built this tunnel ball because I was like, hey, this should be a more manageable way to do things. And to be honest with you, it actually was a more manageable way to do things. It's easier for you to clear stuff up. It's better for you to see, you know, a bigger amount of space and stuff. And then blowing like TNT like down a massive hole, like it doesn't necessarily go right all the time. So I was like, hey, we'll give this a go. Anyway, I've been doing this for too long and have only gotten 21 ancient debris out of it. So I thought, you know what, this thing needs to be, it needs to be turned up a little bit. You know, one of these is great, but maybe a few more would be nice. So, if you haven't seen this TNT tunnel ball already, this is from Borkon. I'll leave a link in the description for this tunnel ball that I'm pretty sure everyone knows about this right now. Anyway, so I went on to his world download. I saw this version on the world download that pushes 4 of them at the same time, and I was like, hey, this is cool. This is a lot better than the one that I've got. I should get a lot more mining done within a short space of time, and because I'm using fire resistance potions to clear up lava anyway, maybe it's better to do it this way because I'm actually making some good use for myself. And then I thought, 4 is cool, but would it be better if there was 8 of them instead? And then I did some tinkering, moved some stuff around, added a few more extension arm thingies. Took me like all in like 10 minutes to do, and then I came up with this. So I basically just copied the 4 design that he had, moved the engine over here into the middle, added a couple honey blocks for me to stand on now. So actually I can stand on the honey block. I'm actually covered in case some ghast starts spawning behind us if we go through a soul sand valley or whatever. So I can actually go ahead and just hit the note block from here. I'll carry on moving up against the lovely honey blocks here. They keep you nice and safe on this side. And then I can do a whole row at the same time. So anything hopefully that I can see like above and stuff, I can mainly keep an eye on. Anything in front of me will be pretty obvious to see. The only issues we're going to have is when we get like, if there's stuff happening at the bottom. But I think my game plan is to build this and then maybe like mine down quite a bit of space standing on here and clearing any ancient debris that I see at the top, and obviously clearing any at the bottom if I miss it. But what I'll do at the end is, after I've done like 100 blocks or so, is just kind of fly back and have a quick look on the ground, see if I missed any ancient debris, and then I'll pick that up as we go along. But anyway, I thought this was a cool little, you know, little upgrade that I would do to borkons tunnel ball. I have no idea if this is going to break with higher blast resistance blackstone and stuff like that. Maybe it won't work out as well as it's working out right now, but there's only one way to find out. We need to build this in survival. So the plan is right now, we're going to go ahead and build this up, and I want to do a nice long mining session. So I'm going to go find a good location, probably in the same start location that I had for the tunnel ball that you already saw. So what I'll do is I'll get things built up. Maybe we'll have a nice little time lapse for it, and then yeah, we're going to go for a nice long netherite session. I'm actually aiming to get like at least 5 or so stacks for it. Number one, for all of my tools. And then the other thing is I want to build a warped tree farm, or another tree farm, should I say. And I'm going to need a few of them for that too. So I've finally got enough to build this entire thing. So that's going to use all of our netherite deposits. And then, yeah, we'll see what happens from there. So I hope you enjoyed that time lapse. A little build of our little tunnel ball machine over here, and I can tell you so far that things are looking very good. You see, I've run this maybe 6 or 7 times, so I've pushed it forward 6 or 7 blocks in total, and so far I have, oh, it's in my ender chest, hold on, and so far, just from 7 pushes, I have 7 ancient debris. That's more than I got in about an hour's worth, or maybe even less than that, running this as just a single module. So I think it's safe to say so far, so good. The main issue is definitely going to come around when we have a massive lava lake, or gas starts spawning behind us. So the idea at the moment is to make sure I stay in this minecart. The problem is, if I stay sat in the minecart, I can't see the button to push the whole thing forward. But if I don't have this here, then when I'm trying to like climb up and stuff, it's kind of difficult. I have to keep using ender pearls, whereas with this I can just kind of click myself into position. So I'm kind of like half using it right now, so it's kind of a little bit weird. But yeah, we're just gonna leave that as it is. I started recording though because we actually ended up with our 8th piece of ancient debris. So I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this on camera. Nice little 8th piece. Sweet. Now all I need to do is run this for as long as I can be bothered to, really. The aim is to try and get around a stack just to start off with, so I can start getting some like some of my armor back again, because I'm still running diamond because I died recently. Well, I've died like quite a few times at this point, but in terms of, you know, netherite armor loss, it's 1 time, which was about 5 deaths ago already. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and run this for a little while. Let me get some of the more netherite out of this, and let's see how long it takes us. Let's see how long it takes us to get a stack. If it's not that long, then we'll run on for a little bit longer. If it is, then we'll just keep a stack for now, and we'll be back another time. Sadly, it seems like we've come across our first lava lake. Oh, this is gonna be kind of rough. I don't think there's a way around this, so we're gonna have to patch things up. I think I'm gonna have to use blackstone because it's a bit more blast resistance, and any of the top layers that I need to kind of keep unexposed will have to try that way. This might be a huge failure. Because if I've built it in a slightly too high of a position, then we are most definitely screwed. Luckily, I've got loads of fire resistant potions from our lovely piglin trading, so we should be good on that side, but let's see how it goes. this time I've been mining and I'm wondering, where is all the ancient debris? All I've been doing so far is clearing out lava, and that's pretty much it. And I just came down, well, I jumped down and noticed there was 2 pieces of ancient debris there, and there's 2 more that I missed right here. I don't know how I ended up missing any of. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Better get this going. Yeah, I just completely like ignored these altogether, and well, yeah, I saw it and I was like, hey, go pick these up now. So now we're at 6 plus the 7 we had in my chest. I'm sure there might be a few more around here. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, nothing at all. To be fair, we haven't come very far. How many blocks is this? Like 20 or 30 blocks so far? Not very much. But obviously keep an eye out underneath apparently, because I'm not paying any attention to that, and I might have completely missed all of that. There's 4 pieces I missed, or would have missed. Trying to enderpearl ourselves back up into this position, and as far as we can see ahead, no ancient debris so far. Let's go ahead and push this ahead. 1 more. Keep going for a little while longer. We're not doing that great, and there's a lot of lava. There's a really big lava lake here. Let me see if I can potentially show you guys. So we've got all of this lava lake to go, which is kind of sad, but it's okay. We're full steaming ahead, and yeah, we're gonna hope that we can try and ride this one out. It's fairly easy to try and ride it out. You can see here there wasn't much going on. There's a little blob over here. I feel like we're gonna be all right. Maybe not. There's a lot of lava here, but once we get past this area, we're smooth sailing for quite some time. So let's see how it goes. I'm getting kind of tired of this now. Might call it for a little while and come back for another session later on. We'll see how it goes. So I decided that we're gonna have a little break from the tunnel boring. We got ourselves, I think, 16 ancient debris so far, which is actually really good. It took me well over like 4 or so hours using the single tunnel bore to get anywhere near that. But yeah, I'm good for now, and I just want to run a few quick errands. Basically, what happened was, why am I stuck here? Hold on, what's happening? So, what happened was, I ended up crafting a bunch of ender chests, because all that seems to happen is I die somewhere, and the closest ender chest is somewhere at my base, and then I have to make a long trek back, and I never have it when I need it, and then sometimes I leave it somewhere else. It's a whole big mess. So as a little side mission for today, the plan is to go ahead and plant ender chests in all like relatively good locations, because to be honest, obviously we don't want it everywhere, right? But anywhere there's somewhere decent that we should be at, like our lovely hoglin farm here, we're going to go ahead and place one down just there. This is probably the last one along this route, so I think this to go to most of the roof nether locations, and then plant some around there. So let's go ahead and pop a few of these around. We'll go ahead and add one outside of the mesa biome. I do have a plan as well. I want to like beautify some of these walls because they're looking a little bit lame. But luckily they're like all along this one route. Well, I think actually this is going to be the first nether tunnel that I work on. You know, it's kind of criminal I don't even have it in certain places, like just here on top of the roof of the nether. This is a good place to have it because we've got like kind of a bunch of stuff around here. And we don't even have one in here somewhere. I should have one near the portal. I'm going to go ahead and pop one down right there for us. Just an FYI, oh, you can't see it right now. There are some baby magma, whatever you call them, magma cubes. Yeah, let me exit out and come back in again. So I've gone ahead and captured a few of these magma cubes to have in our basalt delta biomes. Obviously we're going to be having a mini biome situation going on, so to have these guys as like the mini magmas, like they're going to be the big ones, but not, because they're going to be small and in our little biome over here. It was so lucky a magma just spawned, and then I gave it a few slices until it split into little pieces, and then kind of just came up with the idea, and I was like, hey, maybe I should go ahead and name tag these guys and put them in a little section. So I done that, so they'll be used later on during our time. We've already got a ender chest in our piglin trading core, so that's all good. I think we only need the one ender chest here, so we'll go ahead and move away from here. The one place we don't have one, funnily enough, is at the witch hut, which is kind of stupid because you always seem to need it in places where you are carrying like storage for stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and place one right here. Let's hope it doesn't get in the way of the item frame. No, we're good. You know, seeing as though we're up here on the roof of the nether taking care of business anyway, I feel like it's only right that we go ahead and dismantle our ink sac farm, because I don't think I can ever use it again because of the witch hut, but it's not really relevant anymore anyway, because I'm going to be using the whole new wither farm, the wither rose farm, which I'm going to be repairing soon enough. I can't be bothered to do so just yet, but I'm gonna keep an eye out for that and add that to my list of to-dos. Speaking of to-dos, once we get back to our main base, I have a little something to show you guys. Right, so we made our way down here into our little storage room, and as you can see, we have added a little lectern. And the reason for the lectern is obviously because I wanted to add a little book to the system. So I've gone ahead and done that, and the reason for that is because we have made a little to-do list. Now, I've seen this on a few people's channels recently, so I thought, hey, this would be a great idea. This is actually a really interesting way to keep a track of things that I want to do around the island. The thing is, I have a real notebook in real life, and unfortunately, all too often, I either end up moving it somewhere or writing in a different notebook, and then I forget the other notebook, and it's all a big mess. So to keep a track of my life, I am now keeping the lectern here with the book, which is fantastic news. And I do wish there was a functionality where you could share the book's inventory. So for example, if I had a book in my ender chest, I could update that book and it would update this book too, just like you do with maps. That would be a really great thing to do, because then I can keep the main one here and take one with me on the road. Unfortunately, I don't trust myself enough to take the main book with me, so I leave the main book here, and I'll probably be taking a backup of things that I've done. So as you've noticed throughout this episode, I've been kind of bringing you in on little niggles of stuff I've done around the world. The plan is to have another book in my inventory, so when I complete something, I don't forget that I want to bring you in on it, so I'll keep a note of it and keep that in my ender chest. Oops. But for now, I think this is a great little addition. I've added some to-dos into my list. There's actually a whole bunch more that I just can't remember right now. So we'll be bringing that back eventually to give ourselves a little reminder. But yeah, just thought I'd show you the nice little lectern that we've got going on here. And actually, one of the to-dos in this little lectern here is to add a bamboo module to the farming area. That's actually the next thing I want to do, because I realized that when I'm doing building, I don't have scaffolding for some reason. So I want to make a huge amount of scaffolding, so I'd never have to worry about that again. Plus, scaffolding is pretty easily disposable. So in case you guys aren't already aware, slime blocks and scaffolding make a great combination for building and stuff, because they're so easy to break. You don't need to use tools and stuff, so using them in combination is really good. But I thought what might be a really good shout was to maybe bring you guys in on my new bamboo farm design. So let's head over to our creative world and let me give you a little breakdown of the bamboo farm that I've built. So here we are in our creative test world with a few things behind us that doesn't really make any sense now, but keep an eye out for future videos. I'll be showing some stuff on there. But the thing we're keeping our attention on today is this little bamboo module behind us. You see, I was looking for a design where I could get a bunch of bamboo really quickly and then never need bamboo again, because that's probably how my usage for bamboo is going to go, right? I'm going to grab a bunch of bamboo, make a bunch of scaffolding, never need it again, and then I want to come back for one big squirt and then kind of grab as much as I possibly can. So I thought, what's the best way to do this if you're a man who is rich with bone meal and just not rich with all that much time? And so we have come up with this system here. Now, this system is running off of 4 dispensers, and I have 2 chests of input for bamboo, because depending on how much you use at a time, unfortunately, one double chest doesn't refuel all 4 of the droppers / dispensers. So, so I've added a double bone meal module, and essentially all I do is I'm going to run a clock to let this thing blast out as much bamboo as I possibly can. And you can see here I have used honey to help me distribute all the bamboo that we get through a little bit more evenly. because running the amount of bamboo you get out of this in 3 hoppers is not enough. In fact, even trying to distribute it over these 6 hoppers is still not enough. But I think maybe exercising some patience should help with this situation, because it does take a little bit of time. So essentially all 6 hoppers are going to go into this one double chest. I'm not going to add any shulker loaders or anything fancy with it. Like I mentioned, it's going to be a pretty like kind of once in a while system that I use. So let me go ahead and turn this on and show you. So you can see here every single time, or almost every single time, we're getting a full length of bamboo, and it's being destroyed fairly quickly. And as you can see, so quickly even that, you know, it's not getting into the hoppers very well. So it looks like all of them are kind of going into these hoppers, but actually a lot of them are actually going into this thanks to the lovely honey design. Honey blocks are becoming a little bit more useful every single day, which is good news. So yeah, you can see here pushing it against the honey block, because the honey block isn't a full block, helps me distribute the items between all 6 hoppers. And you can see how incredibly fast we're getting bamboo through into the system. The only problem is eventually, if we can have a little look here. Oh, actually, it's not doing so bad right now. There are occasions where this thing starts to get really full. Oh, there you go. Yeah, the bottom hoppers kind of have a better indication of how quickly this thing moves. It might actually be better to have 3 separate chests and, you know, avoid the build up, but I actually don't think it's an issue to do with how fast it's going into the chest. I think the main issue is how fast the bamboo is coming through the system. Now, if I have a look at the droppers at the bottom here, you can see they are getting rid of our bone meal really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for now anyway. And that's it. So in a short space of time, what was that, a few minutes, we had bamboo stacks, I think up to here, maybe, I think it was. And just like that, we have a ridiculous amount of bamboo. So very simple design, very easy to set up. The only thing with it is that you require a lot of bone meal, but I'll be honest with you guys, at this point I'm hoping that you guys have bone meal for days. There should be no reason you don't have bone meal for days. There's so many easy ways to get bone meal. And if you're playing and you don't have like a skeleton spawner or a double skeleton spawner or a wither skeleton farm like that, hey, have a look at Il Mango's melon and pumpkin farm, his bone meal, melon and pumpkin farm. It's really easy to set up, requires very few resources, and can give you a bunch of bone meal for days. And you can just leave it AFK and have a ridiculous amount of bone meal. But myself, I have a wither skeleton farm, which gives me more bones than I think I'll ever need in one AFK session. So this is perfect for me. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful? Oh crap, I missed a block over here. Hold on one second, that's kind of embarrassing. The grand reveal when I've got a different colored block here and I can't seem to climb up these things. Big old log looking thing. Futuristic log. You know what it is. It's supposed to go in theme with the rest of the base and stuff. Obviously I'm not done with decorating it. I haven't decided to do anything yet. I'm just using the consistent colors, as you see. But we're going to cover some of this up, and we might add like a, you know, some sort of touch of this kind of area into this. But we'll see about that later. So basically everything's done. You can see we've gotten some lovely items through. It's exactly what we're farming here. Hoppers and what was that? Black concrete or something? I don't know. So yeah, there's one crucial ingredient which I have for some reason messed up and I don't have at the moment. I don't have the one piece of bamboo that needs to go there. And I literally have no pieces of bamboo for some reason. I have none in my storage area. I checked everywhere that I think that it could have been, including my ender chest, and I've still come up with nothing. I'm going to be honest, it's kind of embarrassing at this point. I think what I need to do is go to a jungle biome and grab some. And hopefully this will be our last ever trip to a jungle biome. I shouldn't be going there right now. Oh, say hello to one of our polar bros. Where is he? Where's he gone? Polar bro. He's there. There he is. You can see him. Anyway, so gonna fly to a quick jungle biome, grab a couple sticks of bamboo, or maybe see if I can see some like on the side of somewhere, like maybe on the coast of something. Okay, so with our mission to gather a bunch of scaffolding is now completed, the build behind me is successful, we've got everything that we needed from this, and to be honest with you, this actually went a lot smoother than I thought, even with the little trip to the jungle biome. We did pretty good, so everything's worked out pretty successful so far, and the plan going forward now is to start working on the rest of the base, which actually I kind of have been doing, but that's not for you to see right now. You're gonna have to wait a couple more episodes. You guys are a little bit behind. But if you would like to keep up with me, I'm going to be doing a live stream this weekend, so please make sure you are tuned in, make sure to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Twitch is in the link below, and I'll hopefully see you there, maybe. Bye bye.